Remember this video? And this is not clickbait. We broke up. Welcome to part 4, the money breakdown. If you're new here, parts 1 and 2 are in the playlist and down below. As always, thank you for following our story. Comment, like, and subscribe so we can keep doing these. Welcome back to my channel. Thanks for following. I'm going to add more of the videos here from TikTok explaining. I'm going to tell you guys, this happened 3 years ago even, okay? My life and situation is completely different right now. If you follow me on TikTok, you know why this has to come out right now. And since we left off with the baby issue a very long time ago, this girl reached out to me and unloaded their entire story. I didn't get more clarity on the situation until way later, around the time when I left Guam. The idea of him being willing to be an absent father was a lot for me. Man and I decided to move to Guam together, but here's how the money breakdown went. We agreed that in exchange for him putting down 1 year's worth of rent in full sum, in exchange for that, I would pay for all of our expenses until he found a job in Guam. I paid for everything, like even fishing equipment, like food, bills, and Guam bills are no joke. Like our bills would come up to $500 just for electricity and phone bills, like everything. He was literally like walking out with my card. But guys know I've been a business owner for some time, so I consider myself pretty good with money, and my intent was that we would get a place, rent it out. Obviously had to build credit on Guam. I managed to build it pretty quickly, but at some point I decided I don't want to jump into this marriage. I don't want to jump into having kids with this person. We need to take things slow and get to know each other. And yes, I believe in living together, getting to know people, because some of you are so focused on marriage. You have to know who you're agreeing to live together with the rest of your life. My goal was not to be a married woman. My goal was to be with the person that I love and in a happy marriage with that person. That's where issues started, because him and his family were on this bridge of get married right now. And from pretty early on, I was like, look, we need help, we need some counseling, and there are steps I want to take before that. The intent was for us to get married quickly so he could get a job and he would take over all the finances, like he did in Korea. And I would open up a business, which is what I wanted to do. I never wanted to work a 9-to-5 there. I was a public school teacher, and then I also was teaching afterwards as a second job. Then I started studying for nursing. I needed to get the second job to compensate for all of our finances. I was all for this marriage, but I wanted to take things slowly. We were having explosive fights, like explosive, like he was breaking stuff like so badly, like we were embarrassed to see our neighbors, and it was that bad. He smashed a door before, he cut bed sheets up. That's why my mom flew down for this trip, because I did not feel safe anymore. In South Korea, he enjoyed providing, working for us. He lost the job during COVID, but he did eventually get a job. Like I said, he covered the rent for 3 months in Korea, and that would come back to bite me. I feel like most people would be. He was uncomfortable with the idea of me being the breadwinner. I also needed him taking more of a driver's seat in the relationship, and he did not want to do it. It's like he needed so many things. Of course, moving to a new country, and the more I did for him to take care of him and help, and the more energy I put out into him, the worse it became, because the worse it made him feel. The more his ego was hit, I felt like his ego was being dragged down. He had to pull me down. Like I said on TikTok, if I was here, he had to be here or here. I never viewed him as below me, but he felt that way, not being the breadwinner, having a source of income and fulfilling that role in the house. He would rather us go hungry and have nothing than take a driver's seat and listen to me, even though I knew what I was talking about. There were times I saw when he would rather put us in danger than admit that what I'm saying is right and listen to me. The more his ego was hurt, the more he came to hurt me. There was a time when, I don't know about DURGS, but I did go to uni in Guam, and Guam has a meth problem. We're on the beach this one night, we're in between housing, and we're doing campfire. We have ramen on the stove. These people come over, they're from outer islands. I know right away, but I also see that they're on something and they're selling something. You know, this used to be a spot. We have every single thing that belongs to us inside the car, because we're between apartments at the time. I'm spontaneous, so I was like, okay, we have 6 hours until we can check into the next apartment officially. Let's just camp it out. So dude, let these guys know that we just came in from South Korea. He does not speak English as well, and every single thing we own is in that vehicle, like our passports, every dime we have. We are all kinds of screwed if this car gets taken. We can't even get back home. It's Guam. Believe that, but we're on a beach all the way in the south, in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of the night. If our bodies are thrown out there, we're done. By the time someone knows that we're gone, we don't have family here. We're gone. I love Guam, but you think they have the equipment to find and investigate this quickly? No. I also noticed that right next to our vehicle, there's about like 7 to 10 guys in that car, like a pickup truck. Went back to our car. I realized I was right. They were armed. Okay, I'm explaining to him in Korean, like, we need to get out of here and not let him know that we think he's suspicious. The minute that he knows that we know he's sus, they're gonna come for us. On some don't tell me what to do, I'm the man in this relationship type shit. And I realized quickly he doesn't want to listen, even though he realizes what I'm saying makes sense. So he's asking us sketchy questions. He's like, so these are your car keys? All your things are here? Like, how much do you have? Like, and he's answering this guy's questions. I managed to make an excuse and get us to the car. I see some of the guys coming over to the car from the beach, say, get in the car, we're driving away. He's like, no, doesn't want to listen to me. It's one of those things again. Guys, you see him in the video, he can't fight. He can't fight. So I'm looking around wondering if I can take out 10 men with weapons and machete. No, I can't. So I'm literally considering, should I jump in the car, escape and come back another day for him with crying and begging. And that is the only reason he got into this car, when I begged and cried, please, we don't have long until they realize something is up. They start running for this car. You don't get in, I am leaving you. And guys, I was ready to go. For a minute, he jumps in the car and they start running towards our car. Like, they start just like I anticipated, which means we literally could have lost our lives that night for his ego. And the problem was he wouldn't be responsible for what happened after. He would have to explain why it was my fault he did these bad things. And if I would just cave and marry him, none of this would have happened. If I worked harder, if I did this, if I did that, he wouldn't break things in the house and he wouldn't rage this way. I was really fat. I gained so much weight from the stress. I was not taking care of myself, and I'm gonna add the next video after covering this to this in 2 months, and part of it is just me changing my environment. So he knew it was an insecurity for me, and that would be his go-to thing to call me, fat B-word. It would only happen during these times I'm describing, where he felt like he was being, I moved and lost weight, it was saggy face, because my face got saggier after weight loss, and I pointed it out to him. The point is, after telling him I did not want to be called that, it was a derogatory term, this is what would happen. It's my fault for complaining for 2 years about him calling me this name, and now I'm dehumanizing him by explaining that I don't want to be called this. Like our old videos, but it came to a point where I was drowning. I was literally drowning there. And I couldn't say I was drowning. It would be my fault. And it would erupt into a massive argument about how I'm attacking him by telling him that I need help in the house. I was working 2 jobs, coming home to clean, cook, and do everything on my own. The gist of what happened. Next part I'll post about my weight, and then Bali and how that went down, and then finally how we got here to me running my company back in Korea.